Today, I'm going to tell you the story of my road rage and how I was able to completely stop doing it. My road rage was a way for me to vent my suppressed anger onto others without having to deal with the social consequences. You see, we have a lot less to lose when we treat a complete stranger disrespectfully compared to a family member or a friend. And having road rage was not isolated from the rest of my life. I didn't just magically become angry when I started driving. The anger was already in me, stewing, pacing back and forth, just waiting to come out. And driving was merely the outlet for my already existing anger. Just a quick request, if you guys could take a second and subscribe to my channel, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much. So when we have people in our lives who make us feel angry, if we feel like we cannot tell them the truth about our feelings, then we will keep our feelings to ourselves, including our anger. And because we cannot express our anger to those people, we have to find another way to express it. And road rage, while it is disrespectful and dangerous, was my way of expressing my anger without sabotaging my personal and business relationships. For example, office rage isn't really a thing, right? Now, why is that? Well, because you would get fired pretty quickly if you started yelling and screaming at the people you work with. It's too risky. And since people value their job and the money that it provides, they tend to keep their anger suppressed in the work environment. And the same can be said for social gatherings, right? Like Sunday barbecue rage isn't really a thing either, or church sermon rage. These things don't happen very often because of the risk involved if you were to express your anger there. It's socially risky. You might lose the respect of your friends or your fellow churchgoers or anyone in your social circle if you were to lash out angrily at them. So most people keep their anger suppressed in those environments. But out on the road, it's a free-for-all. See, I didn't know the other people on the road. They were complete strangers to me. And if I had lost their respect by driving with rage, it was no loss to me. You see, the social risk didn't exist. So the rage I had inside me bubbled to the surface. That anger I kept hidden deep down, that anger that I developed when I was a child, came roaring back to greet me and everyone else who I happened to cross paths with on the road. I felt like I could not tell my parents that I felt angry or anxious when I was around them. I was afraid of how they would react, so I kept my feelings to myself. Until I got behind that wheel. That wheel of emotional mayhem. And the anger that I directed towards those strangers on the road was the same anger that I felt towards my parents. So this is what I would tell myself if I could go back in time. Justin, logically, what you're doing makes no sense. It makes no sense to feel emotional about something that a stranger does on the road. You don't know them, and they don't know you. And taking anything personally as a result of a stranger's actions is kind of insane, right? So why are you taking it personally when you don't even know each other personally? Now, to be honest, I probably wouldn't have listened anyway because I was stubborn and immature, but I have a feeling that you guys are better than that. So let's say that somebody cut you off. Okay, yes, that was a dangerous thing for them to do. But now you have more information about them, right? Now you know that the odds that they might do something dangerous again are high. So wouldn't the common sense reaction be to stay as far away from them as possible? Or does it make more sense to you to speed up beside them, flash them the finger, and then cut them off in some weird form of revenge? What sounds like the more responsible thing to do? See, if you don't have suppressed anger, then your default move in this situation would be to distance yourself. Not to engage in reckless driving just to try to get them back. Get them back for what? Besides, you have no idea about the motivations of people on the road. No idea. Maybe it was an accident. Maybe they did do it just to try to piss you off. Who cares? You don't know them. So don't let random strangers control your emotions. Instead, take back control of your emotions. How do you do that? Speak the truth about how you feel to the people in your life. Tell your parents how you feel. Maybe they'll reject you completely, or maybe they'll listen to you and be curious because they care. But either way, this is the way out. This is how you can get to the bottom of your road rage problem and cure it once and for all. And by gaining clarity of where my anger came from, I no longer felt that festering desire to push the pedal down, because that desire to push the pedal down came from the anger that I could not express with my parents. And once I told my parents how I felt, and I made the decision to not keep people in my life who I couldn't be honest with, I immediately felt relief, and my road rage quickly subsided. So doesn't that sound better? Doesn't it sound better than having to drive around so angry and stressed all the time? I mean, I can tell you from experience, it certainly feels better. So sit down with the people in your life and tell them how you feel. Because one day, it might just save your life. Alright guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to share this with anyone who you think might find it useful. The less road rage we have out there these days, the better. So thanks so much for watching. Drive safe and take care.